Brothers and sisters, good morning, everyone. This morning, we studied the truths in Genesis. Let's study Genesis together. Genesis chapter 14 tells about Abraham's nephew Lot. Abraham's nephew Lot was taken away by people. Of course, Lot, Abraham's nephew, was taken away in Sodom. He was taken away by someone. What exactly happened at that time? Well, there was a war between 4 kings and 5 kings, and the 4 kings won. Those 4 kings were victorious. After their victory, they also, Sodomites and the 4 kings achieved victory. Along with Lot, Abraham's nephew, in Sodom. They captured him as well. They took him away, along with Lot's possessions, and all the goods of Sodom were carried off. These 4 kings had already defeated the 5 kings. Now they also took away Sodom's wealth. They happened to take Lot and his wife away as well. Then news reached Abram. Thus, Abraham acted on behalf of his nephew Lot. Abram took 318 trained men from his household and went out to pursue the enemy. How many enemies was he pursuing? He was chasing after the 4 kings who had just won a battle together. These 4 kings had just achieved victory, and also won the victory. That is, they defeated the 5 kings, and also captured Lot, Abraham's nephew, along with countless other people. But Abram only had 318 men. Just 318 trained servants from his own household. Could he possibly win? Can I bring back my nephew Lot? Amazingly, Abram actually won. Brothers and sisters, have you noticed? Are the opponents the 4 kings who were just defeated? The very same 4 kings who had just defeated 5 kings. They had just triumphed and were united together. Yet Abram only brought 318 trained men from his household. Pursuing the enemy under cover of night leads to victory. Moreover, he recovered all the stolen goods, whether it's nephew Lot, as well as the property of the 5 defeated kings. Previously, these 4 kings had defeated the 5 kings and seized all their goods. Those 5 kings were the ones who had lost the battle, including the king of Sodom. Abram also recovered Sodom's possessions. At that moment, a priest named Melchizedek came to meet Abraham and blessed him, saying, "May God Most High, creator of heaven and earth, bless Abram. The Most High God is to be praised, who has delivered your enemies into your hand." So Abram gave him 1/10 of everything he had taken. Brothers and sisters, do you know why Abram was able to win the battle and recover the possessions of the 5 kings? He took back all the goods belonging to the 5 kings and also rescued his nephew Lot. Why was this possible? Because God helped Abram. Abram was already wealthy. Now, having recovered the 5 kings' possessions, isn't he even richer? Let's see Abraham's earlier trip to Egypt. So the Egyptian Pharaoh gave many cattle and sheep to Abraham, but God struck Pharaoh, causing Pharaoh to fall seriously ill, and his household also suffered illness. At that time, Abram acquired great wealth in Egypt. Now, once again, when his nephew was captured, he went out to fight against those 4 kings, those very 4 kings who had just won, having just defeated the 5 kings and seized the 5 kings' possessions. Now Abram went to fight against these 4 kings again. That means Abraham acquired the possessions of 9 kings. However, Abraham returned the possessions of one of those kings, returned the property of the king of Sodom to him. And he also returned the people. At that time, Abraham received many livestock, cattle, and sheep. He also received many servants. This shows that the one chosen by God greatly blessed him, allowing him to take the possessions of 9 kings. However, Abraham returned the possessions of the king of Sodom. Abraham ended up with the possessions of 8 kings. As recorded here in the Bible, Abraham had only 318 trained men, yet defeated 4 kings. It clearly showed that God was with Abraham, that God was with him. being with the chosen people, causing them to prosper. Glory be to the Father in heaven and the Lord.